before I get very angry. I'm a short temper girl. I get very angry, but with this journey, that's the main thing I control. Like control means now I hardly get angry. Like before, if I miss something, I always say to myself, I wish I'd done, oh my goodness, but I don't feel it. I always think now, oh, there is another time, it's okay. I don't feel it. It's like something lost, kind of.
Yeah.
So that actually makes me a more calmer. We human being, we do get angry because people always ask, oh wow, you're a yoga teacher. Do you get angry? Of course, we do get angry. We do get a little bit of irritation.
We all have emotions.
We all have emotions.
Yeah.
And we all have family to take care of.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I know how to, when I feel like I irritate, I step aside. I don't stay in that area.
Yeah. So
I
you
just
have
move
better
aside.
tools to deal with it.
There
and you
you
can
are.
calm yourself better.
Yeah.
Eyes open, hearts ready. Welcome to Wellness Deconstructed. I am Zia Jaffer, and together we're stepping into the arena of authentic well-being. Myth-busting, truth-seeking, and definitely life-changing. Break free, live boldly. It's time for a conscious uprising.
Welcome back to Wellness Deconstructed. Today, our guest is one that is known for posture and alignment classes, yoga therapy classes for injured and immobilized patients, prenatal and postnatal classes, face therapy massage, traditional Ayurveda treatments, body massages, and foot reflexology specialized for pregnant women. And that guest today is Sumali. Welcome, Sumali.
Hello, Sia. How are you?
Good, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I know that you offer a lot of services in relation to yoga and massage, everything related to therapeutic healing. But the one that intrigued me the most when we spoke about being here is the Iyengar Yoga. Mm-hmm. So why don't you start with telling us what Iyengar Yoga is about?
So Iyengar Yoga, basically, it's the foundation.
Okay.
I must say it's very good one, any beginner to start with. It's give a lot of confidence, it's build a lot of confidence, and then especially mainly for the postures and alignments, which is lack of with any yoga practitioner.
Okay. And how is it different from other forms of yoga?
So Iyengar Yoga basically help us to use the props to build the awareness with our poses, and then at the same time with the breathing as well.
Okay, and I know that you told me like it's great for hypermobility. Mm-hmm. So can you explain a little bit about that?
So the hypermobility, many of us, majority have one part of the body hypermobility. Oh, okay. So if we know about that, which area exactly, so the help with the props, and then if it is, as an example, let's say my knee, I have a hypermobility. Yeah. So I press my mounts than my foot.
Okay.
To protect my knee. Then the area doesn't go too much deep, the stretch.
Yeah.
So I press my mounts more than my foot to protect that area.
So the mounts more than the toes.
Exactly.
And the heel, right?
Yes.
Like, so you focus on the mounts so that you don't overstretch your knee.
You are.
That's really good because my knees are hypermobile, and that's a really good tip. Any kind of exercise you do, I feel like not just yoga, but any kind of exercise which is stretchy and makes you overstretch your knee. Like if you focus on the mounts, then it allows you to focus on the right muscles better or stretch the right muscles better, right? And so where did you learn about Iyengar Yoga from? Because I know it's not talked about much here or offered here much.
Yeah. So Iyengar Yoga, my first step I started in Himalaya, in Dharamkot, Sharat Arora sir. So he is actually a student from BK Iyengar. And then from him, then I start further learning from Arun sir. So Arun sir actually based in Bangalore. He is, still he does actually, but now at the moment he got his own shala and the practicing with own self with his students, but he is actually from BK Iyengar's one of senior teacher.
Oh, wow.
So these two background gave me a lot of confidence to learn properly.
Okay, so Iyengar was an actual person that invented Iyengar Yoga.
BK Iyengar.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. That's interesting. So why do you think people should do Iyengar over other forms of yoga? Or what kind of people should be doing more of Iyengar than other forms of yoga?
So I would say Iyengar Yoga is very good one for the therapeutic healing side, the pain relief. If
Okay.
you have severe injuries in your body. So those kind of people actually better to pick Iyengar because it gives lot of, as I mentioned, beginning, we can actually build our confidence because when we have an injury, when we are going through the injury, we scared, we build lot of fear.
Yes.
So to overcome with that.
Okay, because it's more like a supportive form of yoga
because
rather
of
than a
using the
workout.
props.
Okay.
So it will give lot of confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's why the therapy classes that you do for injured and immobilized patients is specifically focused on the Iyengar style?
Iyengar style. Yeah, that's why I have in my studio Kurunta ropes and then the hanging belts. Hanging belts, normally people who's scared to do a headstand, that will take out the fear.
Okay.
And then people got a slip disc, so that is stretch their spine.
Okay.
So it's help in various way.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Tell me more about, I know like before we started shooting, you told me about how you focus more on posture and alignment. So tell me, how are your classes different in that terms compared to other types of yoga?
For me, it's basically I focus mainly. First, I check any student come to my studio, even though they practice few years, but I check their breathing. So I first give them a little bit of breath work,
Okay.
and then it will help, especially the Ujjayi breathing. With Iyengar, it goes very well.
Ujjayi breathing is the ocean
breath,
Yes.
the victorious breath we call. So that one will actually help if the person can get into the Ujjayi breathing, deep inhalation and long exhalation, that can help getting to the posture and the alignments very well, because when you are focusing on the alignments and the posture, sometimes your breath will go away.
Yeah.
So
because
if-
you can't focus on all the
There
things
you
together.
are.
Yeah.
So that's why Iyengar Yoga is, it's not easy style. It's very difficult. Like for us to stay like 6 years of practice to get the certificate.
Wow.
Otherwise we don't get it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that much. And then at the same time, when the student come to my studio, I don't quickly give the poses to them. I correct their Tadasana, standing asanas, because that's the foundation.
Yeah, that's where it all starts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. So your yoga classes, to just put it in a short form, are more focused on rehabilitation.
Yeah.
They're more supportive and focus more on doing the posture correctly rather than moving from one posture to another
Yes.
and rushing into it.
Yeah.
Is it also like Kundalini or not Kundalini? What is the other form of yoga? Yin, where you hold for a long period of time, or not really?
No, Yin is the one little bit of a slower pace.
Yeah.
This is the Yang style.
Okay, great.
This is more into Yang.
Okay.
So you hold the pose until the pain relief, the knots release, and then you get a good stretch to the tissues and the ligaments as well.
Okay.
It's strengthening the muscles as well at the same time.
That's really interesting. So why don't we move to the Ayurvedic therapeutic stuff that you do? It's like something that I'm really interested in, and I know you sent me all the massages, and I'm like, I'm coming to you next week to do all of them. So tell me about the traditional therapeutic Ayurvedic treatments that you do. I don't think anyone in Kenya offers that. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, so again,
As
my
a-
Ayurveda side come from Himalaya.
Okay.
So I studied in Himalaya. So there's no modify anything. It's all ancient treatment massages. The massages for the normal relaxation massages, it's actually all about this treatment comes the correct oil as well.
Okay.
You have to use the correct oil.
Okay.
At the same time, we don't give too much pressure.
Okay.
So when you get that experience, you will understand we don't like squeeze the body. There is a way to do it.
So it's more like lymphatic drainage
Exactly.
and relaxing
Yeah.
the body.
So we are actually focusing on the circular system.
Okay.
They're giving a good boost and the circulation. And at the same time, so we have, I do have a relaxation normal massage, and then I have a rice bowlers. The rice bowlers one, mainly I do it for the face. Of course, you can do it for the body as well. But then there's another one called sand bowlers. It's the lot of oil stuff I mix with that sand. That sand specially comes from Himalaya as well.
Okay.
So it's a special sand as well. So we heat it for a certain amount. We don't overheat. We don't go lower heat. So we heat that one. When you massage with that, so there's inflammation in the joints can reduce. And then it's release the knots.
Wow.
And there is another one we do with Patra Pinda.
Okay.
It's a special leaves. I normally go around and I collect. So I mix those one. I cook.
Okay.
So I cook. So that massage actually, I cannot do it person if telling that, oh, I can't do it today. Let me come tomorrow. Then no, because I have to cook then. And I cook just before you come to massage.
Oh, wow.
Because
So you
that's
cook
how-
it in oil? Or
There are different stuff we put it and we cook.
Okay.
And then that one we steam. And that steam immediately we apply to the body.
Oh, wow.
So that actually, again, that's reduce the inflammation, the boost the circulation. So those are for very good one for the sand bowlers one, very good one for the arthritis. So
Okay.
because they have a lot of joint pains, joint aches. So that can give you a good opening, and because the joint love to have the heat, not the cold weather.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's why when it is cold weather, we normally ask patient to keep warm, the
Yes.
body keep warm.
Yes.
Otherwise, the weak areas, whatever joint you have, it can affect.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like massage is such a good practice, like a weekly practice that you need to add it to your daily
No, it
routine.
is. It's-
weekly
yeah.
routine.
Yeah.
Because it just relaxes you.
It
And then,
is.
of course, if it has all these other benefits to
Yeah.
it, why not, right?
It is actually, I myself, I do it as well every week.
Okay.
Because I'm morning to evening, my body keep on stretching, yeah.
Wow.
So, and then with my activities and everything, it gives me, for me to go through the week, yes, touch wood without any injuries. So I myself, how much I give it to others, I make sure take care of myself as well.
That's amazing.
Because love comes from myself.
Of course.
Yeah.
And if you don't have enough for yourself, how can you give it to
Yes,
others, right?
exactly. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, fill your own cup before you fill others'
Definitely.
cup.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, a little bit of selfish, I think it's okay to have.
Yeah, definitely.
Because to take care of yourself.
I completely agree
Yeah.
with that. So let's move to my favorite therapy that I always do with you.
Yeah.
It's the facial fascia release,
Yeah.
right? Tell me everything about it. I know everything about it, but I want you to tell the audience.
Yeah. So this special facial therapy massage which I do, the face where we hold lot of tension.
Yes.
Because whatever we see day to day,
Yeah.
every second we see things, we make different kind of facial expressions.
Yeah.
So that things, it gives some areas lot of tension. So that tension, it's built up with the knots then. Eventually it's built up with the knots, especially the eyes, because of the sunrise, because of the reading messages, or the laptop, or the computer. So, and what we see, we sometimes, that do some things, the holding the anger. So the eye actually get a lot of tension. At the same time, the jaw,
Yes.
at the same time, the cheekbones and the ears and your forehead. So those are main areas. But when this area gets stuck here around the eyes, the sinus gland will stuck as well.
Yeah.
So I normally, with my fingers, first I give a good massage to every area. I make sure I start with the ear as well. I make sure, because ear has 272 pressure points
Wow.
in our ears.
Wow.
So that's why many, they feel very painful when I massage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also so relaxing at the same time.
At the end, yes, you feel like I want to do it more.
Yeah.
And you always ask, why did you stop, Sumali? Go. Yeah. So when I do that thing, it's actually helped to build the boost, the circulation. When I study, I heard about it. It's actually boost 400% the boost the circulation in our face.
Wow.
So it's big amount actually.
Yeah.
And then it's again at the same time, the main benefit is when we grow older, we get facial paralysis.
Yes.
We don't get it, that one. Wow. The risk of getting facial paralysis, you won't get it.
That's
because
great.
but it's not that you do like after 3-4 months you're doing one back. No, you do it.
Yes.
Slowly, eventually you start understanding what can do myself.
Yes.
So you can start doing slowly. Actually, it's help for you to getting the natural glow to your face. And then it's improved the elasticity level. So it has got a lot of benefits.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and how I relate it to my field is that I know that we store most of our tension in our jaw, and because our pelvis has connection to the jaw and we're sitting all the time, all the stress is in our jaw.
Yeah.
And even on a daily basis, I find myself like clenching my jaw, not consciously, but even when you're working and stuff, you're like, your jaw is never relaxed. Even a lot of us have clenching even while we're asleep, right? Because of the stress that keeps developing in our jaw. And I feel like also our vagus nervous system has connection to our ears, behind the ears, inside the ears, and around the jaw. So that's why I feel like when you do the release, it just calms my entire nervous system, and then I just want to sleep. Because it's just like, I was tired of being in fight and flight mode. Now I'm just like regulated and I want to sleep. And it just loosens my jaw area. And again, like I feel a release in my entire body through that. Definitely it helps with like the circulation and stuff, but for me, it's this muscular release through the jaw that I get, and the ears has been a game changer for me. And I've been trying like so many different exercises and stuff also to release the jaw, and pairing that with the fascia release has been so amazing to just do once a week. I know I don't get to see you once a week and do it all the time, but it's any time I get to see you, it's just like a really great tool for that week that I have to relax myself. So thank you for offering that.
At the same time, I must say, if done correctly.
For sure.
Everything, if done correctly, we get a good benefit. Not the just do, I'll go and I do. No, if done correctly, then you get a good results.
Definitely. And I really like the oils also you use, like you use specific oils and stuff.
I personally, when I travel, I personally go to shops, and because I know what I really need it. Even my Ayurveda oils, up to now I order from Himalaya.
Wow.
Even though I have to spend little bit extra money, but I prefer to give value their money and their time. I prefer to give them good things to them as well.
You want to provide the best service, right? Thank you for sharing that. What has your wellness journey been like? What made you get into this? Because I know you for a long time, and what made you get into this field?
So before doing yoga, when I was 4 years, I started Bharata Natyam. I am a diploma holder for Bharata Natyam as well. So because of that, I had to learn some poses. So by the time when I reached my 16 years, I finished my Arangetram. So because then I slowly liking yoga, because I had some poses with me already. Then I start going once a week. But when your school time, then your exams, and then your marriage, and then I have 3 boys. Now they are big, But then my always priority, not what I do activity or whatever, it's my, when after marriage, it's my family.
Yes.
After giving birth, it's my kids.
Yes.
Because I never focus on my other side.
Yeah.
But when my sons getting like they're teenagers, then I start focusing more. But before I used to do power yoga.
Okay.
It's like a gym workout.
Yeah,
for
we
me.
used to do them together.
There
right?
you
Yeah.
are. Yeah. So I like to, I love to sweat because I am a tennis player as well.
Oh, wow.
I used to play a lot of tennis. Now I stop because it's not friendly with my knees. But now I'm turn myself to paddle.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So then what I do actually, when my kids grow older, then I thought, no, I don't get a breathing properly. Then I started focusing on little bit of, we have a very good Iyengar teacher in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
So he is actually from BKS Iyengar. He's a student from BKS Iyengar. So whenever I travel to Sri Lanka, I go to his classes. Then I realize, wow, this is more than anything because I sweat also. And I feel I've done something to my body. It gives me a very good stretch. And at the same time, my breathing and the postures and the alignments. Then only I correct a lot through that. That's why actually I start putting myself to Iyengar. But Iyengar also, you get two different sides. The one is the therapeutic side. The one is the asana side. So I do asana side. But I'm more into therapeutic side because I love to give my time to those who are suffering with injuries. Because when they feel good and when they come and tell Sumali, because of you today, now I stand nicely. Like those things feels me so nice. Because I know I have done something good to people.
Yeah.
So then again, the prenatal why I started, my babies are very big. I've gone through 3 cesareans. My second son, I fell off from the staircase.
Oh no.
But touch wood, nothing happened. I was 7 months. So there's no much awareness for me to do anything. And then when it is come to my third one, I had to carry with a belt, the youngest, because he was 5.25. He was a big baby.
Oh. That's huge.
So then still, like, I don't do anything like for me to build it up, awareness and everything. Then I thought, no, I have to do something, learn and make sure I teach good thing and good, like how to take care of yourself.
Definitely.
Like even maybe my baby become big, maybe without knowledge, not lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So then that's how actually I started my journey. So now that I'm here, I think I'm doing a good job and I help a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what you said about the prenatal, that journey that you had that made you do this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I gave birth to my first child, there wasn't much awareness like about how you need to take care of yourself, or maybe I didn't have other moms around me that I could also see and get inspired from. No one to tell me like, okay, you have to take care of your body like this. This is what happens when you're pregnant, so you will not realize it now, but postpartum you might feel like a lot more weakness because you're not taking care of yourself during pregnancy, right? I'm so happy now that I have all of you as a support system. To take care of my body better, like not just body but my mind, my emotions, everything together, because it all affects the baby, right? And I feel like we are in an age where we have more information now. A lot more people are talking about motherhood and stuff. But thank you for saying that you had 3 cesareans, because I might also have to do that, so I'm coming to talk to you about that later.
But those cesareans actually, I was like for me it was like a normal delivery.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, when you're under a good doctor and if you've done all your practice and everything, like all my students who have gone through with me, they always send me a message, Sumali, because I'm proud to say actually I have only 2 cesarean with me about like, I've gone through about more than 50 prenatal students. They all gave birth normal. They always tell me, Sumali, less than 3 hours. Our labor didn't even, some they are telling, doctors asking, wow, you're very quick. Like, because I prepare their body.
Yeah.
I prepare exactly what they need. Although some, some they are very active and then come to slow down, they don't like.
Yeah.
So I make sure I make them understand this is another phase of your life.
Of course.
So you had to look after your baby and you both.
Yeah.
So I'm now that you give me chance, if I have to give a small advice to them.
Yes.
Not to lift too much weight also during pregnancy. Your womb can go lower. You won't feel it now,
Yeah.
but later on, it gives a lot of problem
Okay.
because it's always impact come later.
Definitely.
Yeah. So some I know they do a lot of heavy stuff, and even though when they practice with me, they say, why can't we do this?
Yeah.
No, there's a certain month, certain things we do.
Okay.
Like the squatting position, we don't do beginning at all.
Okay.
We do the squatting position, mainly deep squatting positions. We do it towards the end after 37 weeks. You complete it. Otherwise, your placenta will go down. Then you have to take a bed rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are small mistakes sometimes people do. But if you can build the awareness, and then I think you can go through a very nice pregnancy. And then when you deliver, don't forget about yourself, because that's the time even the mom can get into a depression.
Yeah, for sure.
Because not getting attention.
Yeah. And also like not creating awareness as to what's going on with my body after delivery.
Yeah.
And I feel like, again, that's what happened after I gave birth to my first one, because no one told me how to prepare for it, what to do, how the C-section is going to affect you emotionally, physically. So it was almost like I felt numb. And then I didn't even know that was postpartum depression, which lasted lasts a long period of time. But then I had to go to a therapist and then realized, okay, this is what is postpartum depression. But I didn't even know anything like that existed before.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that there is so much more information out there right now to seek help and to take care of yourself well in advance and create awareness for yourself.
Yeah.
So you can prepare yourself better. Or when you see yourself going into that direction,
Then
not
you
to stop
understand
yourself, but also to
true.
understand and take the right measures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. So my last question would be, how has adapting to these modalities in your life helped you on your wellness journey?
Before I was, I get very angry. I'm a short temper girl. I get very angry, but with this journey, that is the main thing I control. Like control means now I hardly get angry. Like before, if I miss something, I always say to myself, I wish I'd done, oh my goodness, but I don't feel it. I always think now, oh, there is another time, it's okay. I don't feel it. It's like something lost, kind of.
Yeah.
So that actually makes me a more calmer.
Okay.
Yeah. Control my anger means we human being, we do get angry.
For sure.
Because people always ask, oh wow, you're a yoga teacher. Do you get angry? Of course, we do get angry. We do get a little bit of irritation.
We all have emotions.
We all have emotions.
Yeah.
And we all have family to take care of.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I know how to, when I feel like I irritate, I step aside. I don't stay in that area.
Yeah. So
I
you
just
have
move
better
aside.
tools to deal with it.
There
and you
you
can
are.
calm yourself better.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great accomplishment. I feel like anger is something that overtakes us all the time, and we find it so hard to regulate ourselves. But through these practices, you've been able to find ways to regulate.
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Actually, one more question. You not only offer services here, but also in Nairobi, right?
Yes.
So how can people get in touch with you when you come to Nairobi?
Okay, thanks to you also, Zia. I have built up some of your followers also. They start following me. Yes, I would appreciate that thing. And then when I go to Nairobi, I go once a month.
Okay.
So I already plan my next dates and everything. If you want me to tell,
Yeah,
I
for
can.
sure.
Yes, from 15th July to 19th July, because 20th is already full.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are two main events are happening. So 15th is there's a yoga and brunch happening at Tribal Gallery.
Wow, okay.
Yes,
in Loresho, right?
Loresho. Yes. So that's why I don't give the 20th, because it's already booked. And then I teach at Kanga Studio as well. This time I'm doing for the first time the Iyengar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I went to their new studio, so they have all the kurunta ropes and everything. So I told them, yes, I'm going to do it this time. It's my style.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the Iyengar and kurunta rope.
That's amazing.
So the correcting the alignments and the posture.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. And in Mombasa, you have a
My studio,
ready.
yes.
And we'll add your details in the description, and then people can reach out to you, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for having me, Zia.
Before we finish, I generally do like a rapid fire round, quick questions for the audience to get to know you a little bit better and get some quick tips. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
What's your favorite yoga pose to teach beginners and why?
The beginners, I must say, Tadasana. That's the foundation pose.
What's your dream hiking destination? I know you like hiking.
Okay. Dream hiking actually destination to go to Everest Base Camp.
I was expecting that. What's your go-to yoga pose when you need to de-stress?
De-stress when I do child pose, because it can do it on the floor. I can do it with 2 chairs. Easily I can do it anywhere.
What's the most rewarding part of being a yoga therapist?
Most rewarding part is actually I like when my students are happy.
Yeah.
That makes me very more happier. I can't actually explain. It's I get very, very happy when I hear. Yeah.
It fulfills you, right? Like your work has done good.
Yes.
What are the biggest misconceptions around yoga?
I must say alignments, the posture, and the breath.
What's your advice for someone new to yoga therapy?
So I can tell them, try not to go to a intermediate class because your friend is going. Or when you are in the class, try not to think about so and so doing, so I must go and do the same thing.
Yeah.
No, accept yourself. First learn, understand what I can do on the mat without seeking other people's what they are doing it.
Okay. What's one Ayurvedic therapy that you think the audience must try?
Rice bowlers face.
Okay.
So I know you've done because
that.
that I can only give it in Mombasa because I can't carry it and go.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to cook there.
Okay.
I'll try my best to do it there.
Okay.
Because I need to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then and there I cook and I have to prepare. So that rice bowlers face therapies, because I combine my Ayurveda side and the gua sha to
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Amazing. What's your one non-negotiable habit for your wellness daily? Like that you must do every day?
That is, I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, no matter what, even if I party. I make sure once a month, last Saturday, my Surya Namaskar, I do 120 rounds.
Wow.
Yes, every month I do. I'm actually in our yoga teachers, we have Yoga Alliance Teacher Circles. I'm actually a leading person because I have done, this Saturday will be my 54th 120 rounds of Surya Namaskar.
Congratulations
Thank
for that.
you.
That's
Apart
a
from
big
that,
achievement.
every day I wake up 4 o'clock, I do my practice. I make sure I do my practice, and then I make sure I do my pranayama, and then only I start teaching.
Thanks for sharing that. What's your go-to stress relief activity?
My stress release activity, normally that's why I pick hiking. I love, because when I go to a forest, that area, I feel I'm very free.
Yeah.
Because I'm just be with myself. And then now the new thing is adapt. It's like addicted to me, paddle game. So I play except on Tuesdays.
You play every day?
Every day after class in the evening, I'm on the court.
Amazing.
Saturday, Sundays, I play 2 hours non-stop.
You play at Jimmy's Paddle right here.
Yes. And not only here, Kavita actually addicted me to play in
Nairobi. as well.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So I have these days, when I go Nairobi, I have space in the morning and in the evening for my paddle.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, in Mombasa, there is only Jimmy's Paddle.
Yes.
So if you're looking to play paddle, you know where to go.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for answering these questions. Would you like to give any last piece of advice to our audience?
I would say yes. You can do yoga, but don't think that yoga doesn't help me. It does wonders, but not within a day or two.
Yeah.
Constant practice.
It's a consistent practice. Yes.
Yeah. And then you also have to have the willingness to learn the correct way.
Definitely.
Not that I'm not telling that wherever you go, yes, wherever we go, we get yoga. But if you build your own awareness, wherever you go, you can enter any class because you know what you are doing.
Definitely. Thank you. That's great advice. Thank you for being here. It was a great conversation, and I feel like a lot of us have learned a lot about Iyengar and Ayurvedic therapies. And you guys know where you need to go next for your yoga dose and for your massage dose. And as a token of appreciation, we have a little gift for you.
Oh,
Thank you
wow.
for being here
Thank you so
and helping
much.
me create
Oh,
awareness.
wow. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to
Yeah.
have you.
Thanks for having me, Zia. Thank you so much. We really appreciate what you do. Yes, you really help all women to, their passion to take it to another level. So thank you so much for that.
It's a pleasure. I'm so grateful for your contribution and for helping me create more awareness.
Oh, definitely. We're always there for you.
Thank you for watching yet another episode of Wellness Deconstructed with us. And a big, big, big thank you to all our gift sponsors for this season, Oyana, Green Thing Kenya, and Jars of Goodness. We're so grateful for your contribution and your faith in our vision.